Hi guys. Recently, End Time Watchman put something out on YouTube talking about how he thinks that we should solve the illegal immigration problem and the war on drugs from all these smugglers who are coming over the border. And I disagree with him on this one, and usually I highly respect and agree with everything he basically has to say. But on this one, I'm not on that level whatsoever because basically it reminds me of this clip that was back in 1988 of Ron Paul on the Morton Downey Jr. show, where this guy stands up, and Ron Paul's basically saying he wants to end the war on drugs and make them legal. And this guy stands up and he says, no, I believe in zero tolerance and put the military on our border and not let anybody in. And Ron Paul responds to this guy saying, you're offering a tyrannical solution for a social and medical problem. And I completely agree with Ron Paul. You see, if you legalize the drugs, where these kingpins are not going to be funded, no one's going to even smuggle drugs anymore into this country because people will be growing reefer in their own backyards. People will make their own drugs here. And we no longer have these criminals coming in who are shooting up our border patrol. Now, people think if you legalize drugs, all this crime is going to boom in this country. But the funny thing is, a lot of the crime in this country is drug-related because it's so expensive. If you legalize the drugs, then our prison population will be reduced. People will have drugs readily available who are addicted to them, and they don't have to go and sell their house and rob banks and destroy their whole lives if they have a drug problem. We can treat it as an illness, and they can be treated through charities and churches and groups and within their community, all on a volunteer basis. And that also leads me to the illegal immigration problem. A lot of people are like, well, deport them, deport them. You see, I believe that many illegal immigrants, and I live here in Texas, I have known many people who have become American citizens. I know many of them are really hard workers, and they really just want to better their lives. No different than our ancestors who came over to this country who want to better their life, unless you're of the African American descent, and they were more than likely dragged into this country. But that's beside the point. We, as Americans, came here to better our lives, and these people who are coming here from Mexico, many of them are here to better their lives. I know many. I'm not kidding. Now, so that leads to another issue. So when people are like, well, they just come over here and they get free health care and free housing and free food stamps and free schooling, you know what? In the entitlement program, this is all stuff that Ron Paul has said many times. If we end the entitlement system and we put all of this food stamp stuff into charities, if we put the free housing into charities and let churches run food pantries and we let churches and volunteers offer housing for people who can't afford it, the illegal immigration problem would end overnight because now nobody is being forced at gunpoint to pay for deadbeats. Frankly speaking, I don't care what the label of their country of origin is. If an American steals $1 from me or an illegal alien steals $1 from me, I'm still having $1 stolen from me. What's the difference? If we end the entitlements, you would end all the deadbeat illegal aliens, and you would also have a massive amount of deadbeat Americans who are going to have to start working and doing and engaging in commerce with the rest of the American people. It's very simple, and this solution, I don't know how it just it evades people. It's just so simple, it's almost crazy. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you today. And End Time Watchman, I respect almost every single thing you say. Love your videos. They're great. I just don't agree with you on this one. If we just offer more freedom and get the government out of things, I think that it would be a lot more of a decent country. The war on drugs wouldn't even be there. There wouldn't be drug crimes, and they would be cheap, readily available to people who are addicted. They don't have to ruin their lives over these drugs. They can simply seek help and treatment on a volunteer basis. And it's so funny how people sometimes think crime would go up in the country if we legalize drugs. I think almost all crime would be reduced dramatically if we legalize drugs. You know, sometimes I wonder if it's really the police, people who have prisons at their interest at hand that are keeping these drug laws going and the war on drugs going because they want to put people in their prisons. They want to keep these types of things going on. And the funniest thing of all is our CIA is one of the biggest importers of drugs. It's just a fact. So, anyway, take care. Till next time. Bye-bye.